In this topic, we'll talk about motion in one dimension, which include first is position and displacement. After that, we'll talk about graph in describing motion, and finally, we'll have some work when there is acceleration. First, let's talk about position and displacement. Um, so I think the idea is quite simple. To have a position, you must first have an origin. And so, for example, if you're standing here and we maybe will take Mike as an origin, then we can say that our position is 10 meters from the origin. And the same goes with Pac-Man as the origin, which our position is now 6 meters. And so for one dimension, we often describe our position on a straight axis like this. And one thing to notice is that, as you can see here, there's an arrow, and that is designed for like the positive way. And so, for example, if I have an x1 on this half of the axis, then this should be positive. And same goes with x2, which is on the left side of this axis, which makes it negative. And well, when talking about motion, is mostly about, well, not quite. When talking about motion, we're talking about objects that are moved away by something. And so, for that reason, their position should also be changed. And that is why we have a thing called displacement, which describes the distance that it has changed on the axis. And this is the formula. And as you can see for this example, that you will have to be quite careful about the sign because we'll look at this. As I said before, x2 is negative, so we can write this as minus x2. This one is positive, so it's, and we can put it in like this. And you will notice that displacement can be negative. What this means is that it's basically just mean that you just went backward. You just went, and that is exactly what happened. That is exactly what just happened here. You went from x1 to x2, so that's going backward compared to this the direction of the axis.